All right, y'all ain't know how Steppin with Marcus J is live. We in the building. We are very excited to bring to you the newest edition of the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. We got special guests in the building. We got a returning fan favorite who ain't been in this building in a long time. I can't wait to bring her back to you. We've got some returning faves as well to bring to you a new segment. And we got our brother Big Rube in the room. He's going to bring you a round table. It's first Monday of the month, and everybody's in the room ready to bring you the show. Ain't no how Steppin' Marcus J is live right now.
Open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying,
then you must be half stepping.
ain't no half step with Marcus J is live. Back in the building. Be down with us. 804-402-2893. Be down with the flagship show heard live from the Dana Legacy Internet Radio. We appreciate everybody who is rocking with us tonight. We appreciate those folks listening to us live on TuneIn. We appreciate those folks that are listening to us right now on Streamer, as well as those folks listening to the replays on YouTube as well as on iTunes. Y'all rocking with us. We rolling with y'all. We appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We see the lights on already all over the country, so we appreciate the love that we are getting. The show tonight is so explosive. We got so much energy going on in the room that we ain't going to waste no time getting everybody in the building. Of course, I'm going to start introducing everybody. And the first player on the show tonight we're going to get into is the utility player. This brother makes sure that everybody gets what they need. This man does everything we need here at Legacy Internet Radio. My brother, Mr. 3375. What's up, brother?
What's going on with you, bro?
Good, man. What's happening?
Good Monday, man. Feeling good, feeling good. Everything's going well.
Appreciate it, brother. We're going to keep this mic moving around the room like a at a you-know-what concert. We appreciate it. Of course, joining us, our sister who joins us when she has an opportunity, our clairvoyant medium, our sister Miss Shayna Latia's up in this joint. What's up, Shayna?
Hello, world.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Doing
How are
good?
you?
I'm doing fabulous,
Good.
man. I'm doing good. You doing all right?
It's a good day.
It's a good day?
It was beautiful today.
Yeah, I actually looked up in the sky and I didn't see any clouds, like zero.
None at all.
Like none. And it wasn't hot and it wasn't cold. It was comfortable.
It was perfect.
It was comfortable and it was perfect. We got some special guests in the room. You want to introduce them for us?
Yes, these are my girls, my friends, my spirit family. First, I have Jane.
What's up, Jane?
Hi, Marcus. How are you?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
your
you.
second time in the den.
It is. It's going to be a habit.
Yes,
I love
it is. I'm glad to see you across the table. I look forward to talking with you throughout the evening. We got a segment that we're going to have not this one, but the next one, where we're gonna get into some stuff.
Oh, we are
and
indeed.
we
yes.
previewed it, so I ain't gonna let the listeners know yet because I'm gonna tease them.
Okay.
But you know what we're getting into. So you have a special guest that's sitting next to
I
you.
do.
My friend, I see you sitting over there. I can't wait till you introduce her. What's our friend's name? Who is that sitting next
That's
to you?
Lady Di.
Lady Di. What's up with Lady Di? How you
Well,
doing?
hello there, Marcus. It's always wonderful to see you.
It's good to see you again. I'm glad to have you in the den. Welcome back.
Always glad to be here. It's always glad to be here with these wonderful, powerfully wonderful, high vibration people.
Wonderful. You are our sister, so we are glad to have you back in your home. Of course, you haven't heard this sister join us here in the den of Legacy Internet Radio for quite a while. She's a family member to us here at Legacy Internet Radio. We love her. This is the QB of RIC, our sister, our comic. Miss Sylvia Mitchell's up in this joint.
Hey, kings and queens, what's up, bro?
What's up, girl?
Nothing.
Hey,
Just
look.
feeling the vibes around me.
I'm giddy to see you back in here, man. It's been so long. You doing all right?
I'm great.
It's
I'm
the
great.
QB of
Thank you so
RIC
much for
right
having
there.
me again. Thank you so much for y'all support and everything.
Hey.
Awesome.
You gonna bring some funny tonight? You gonna say
Oh
something
yeah,
crazy?
I'm ready. I just can't wait to see what topics you got
Hey,
to
man.
spring upon us.
Ain't no telling, man. You know, it could be all over the. It could be all over the spectrum, and so I'm
There's
looking.
a lot of mess going on up in this world. So
Well,
bring it on.
I'm
We're
glad.
ready.
I'm glad to see you. Thank you for joining us. We
It
appreciate
is
it.
time.
Of course, my big sister's in the room. I see her over there in the corner. I'm glad to have her here. You know, we are honored to have the co-host of Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy in that radio. My big sis and yours, S.Y. Butler. What's up, baby?
Hey.
How you are doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you over there.
Yeah, it's good to see you over there.
You got a smile on your face, man. That means you're in a good
you got
mood.
your sexy glasses on.
Yeah, well, I can't see without them, so it's like I don't even know if I should take the sexy credit.
No, you could take it. Cause
Can
you
I
had a
really?
choice. You could have wore the non-sexy ones.
I could have done
or
that.
Those.
I could have
Yeah,
done
so
that.
those are sexy
It's
ones.
not like I'm not Fred Sanford. I go in the drawer and I got like 12 pairs in the drawer, so like
Do you go like-
because I can't see, I don't even know which ones I'm wearing until I put them on. You know what I mean? You know, it's like I bang on the drawer, and then it opens
up.
There you go.
Select the glasses.
So you just select whatever one.
Hey man, I just grab.
Whoever's on
man.
top.
Hey,
Let's
which is-
just try to feel.
I feel whichever pair I grab that's what I'm rocking with. As long as they got a tint to them, cause I'm shy.
You know,
I
before
don't
we
want
get-
you to see my eyes.
You have never been shy.
I'm
to me.
shy. I don't
You
want
have
nobody to see my
never
eyes.
He
When
is
have you
such-
ever seen me with? I always with tinted
You're
glasses
such a
because I'm
ham.
shy.
You are such a ham.
I am, but no, I'm not a ham. That's pork. I don't do pork.
Whatever.
crazy.
Can I be a
shy-
lamb?
No. No, you
What's
can't
like?
be a lamb.
What's like a ham but not pork? Can I be that?
No.
Can I be a turkey ham?
A tofurkey.
a tam. Okay. All right.
Okay.
This brother, man, I look across the table. I ain't seen him since last month, but it's cool. I look across the table and I see my brother. I see him and I call him Big Rube.
Yeah.
I said, I look across the table and I see him and I call him Big Rube.
Yo.
What's up, man?
Not much, man. Just chilling.
It's good to see you.
Hey, man. Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
I just need to give a shout out to my man, Zach Ryder. Woo, woo,
Oh,
woo.
my God. You always
You
got to
know
bring,
it.
you got to bring a wrestling reference to every conversation we have.
Intercontinental champion.
Every conversation we have.
Got to get that love.
He has to talk about wrestling. Mr. 3375. Every
It was a
conversation
seven-man-
I have with
seven-man
him
ladder
is
match
about wrestling.
last night.
It's bull that he got that title.
I mean, just keep the hate over there, Mr. 3375.
Yeah.
I mean, don't hate, man. Don't hate. Just
There'll
we need
be-
to create.
There'll be plenty of time for that.
I know, but it was a beautiful thing for the most part last night.
Yeah.
And then it was the rest of it. So
And you know how Step with Marcus J live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. Appreciate everybody that's rocking with us. We're gonna ask, what the hell? Because there's some stuff going on that's going to make us say, what the hell? We're going to talk about a few things that have gone on, here in the beginning of the show before we get into the next segment. In the next segment, we are going to ask the question. I'm going to tease it, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste. In the next segment, Jane, we're going to talk about the difference between the psychic and the medium. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the difference between a psychic and the medium in the next segment. Does that sound about right
That's
to you?
right. What a psychic is and what a medium is. A lot of people don't understand that.
That's right. And I will be honest and say that I am one of them. And so I'm going to learn. And so when we were producing the show earlier and we talked about that, I said, don't tell me. We're going to talk about it on the show live, so I'm going to learn with the listeners. But before we do that, QB, you ready to ask the question, what the hell? Because I'm going to throw something at you. You don't know what I'm about to throw at you, do you?
Throw it.
You have no idea. All right.
Shoot it.
Getting this one from rawstory.com. Rawstory.com has become my new website because my old one used to be
The Huffington Post.
I love rawstory.com, and I still love
The Huffington Post.
but Raw Story is giving me some stuff right now. And this one is about an interracial couple that was evicted from a Mississippi RV park. Yeah, so everybody seen it.
Bring me up to date because I did not see that.
All right, listen, everybody, man. Whew, okay, all right. QB, you ain't ready.
I'm ready.
All right. It's relatively long, so I hope that everybody just indulge me for a second. Okay, let me get through this. And QB, I want you up on this one first.
Interracial couple
that's the headline.
Evicted from an RV park
In Mississippi.
I apologize, Lord, for laughing, but okay.
You ain't even ready.
From Mississippi?
Let me get it to you. Let me get it to you.
Okay.
The landlord, and it's long.
Sound about right so far.
It's Mississippi. You already know.
Okay.
A landlord in a Mississippi RV park admitted over the weekend that he evicted a couple because they were interracial. Gene Barker told the Clarion Ledger that he asked Erica Flores Donahoe and her her black husband, Stanley, I can't stand African man, I can't stand that. Her black husband, Stanley Hoskins, to leave their RV park in Tupelo because, quote, the neighbors were giving me such a problem, end quote. Donahoe, the wife, is Native American and Hispanic. She explained to the paper that she and her husband moved to the RV park in February to save money to get their life, quote, back on track. Quote, he was real nice, she said of Baker. He invited me to church and gave me a hug. I bragged on him to my family. Donahoe says she paid $275 in rent on February 28th. But Baker called the next day with bad news. Quote, you ain't ready, QB. Quote, hey, you didn't tell me you was married to no black man. Donahoe recalled.
So that means something.
Yeah,
he has his money, but he mad because he didn't know she was married to a black. Okay,
girl, it gets so much better. It gets
she
so much.
Native American, so she owned the pot.
It don't even matter.
She was here first.
It don't even matter their colors. Not yet. Just listen. Just listen. Because there's a piece that I'm going to touch on that's bugging me even more so than their racial makeup. So check this out. She recalled him saying that to him. Oh, it's a big problem with the members of my church, my community, my mother-in-law. They don't allow that black and white shacking. I gave you a little prelude of what bugged me as the way I was reading that. Keep on listening. Although Donahoe pointed out that she was not, quote, shacking with her husband because they are married, Baker reportedly insisted that it is, quote, the same thing. You don't talk like you wouldn't be with no black man, Baker allegedly said. If you would have come across like you were with a black man, we wouldn't have this problem right now.
How do you talk when you with a black?
Hold up.
White.
Let me get it. You ain't ready for the punchline. Let me finish.
You ain't ready.
You ain't ready for the punchline. Let me finish. That's not the punchline. Hold on. My husband ain't no thug. He's a good man. My husband served his country for 13 years. He's a sergeant in the National Guard. So now you're getting even more information. Quote, racial discrimination should be a thing of the past in Mississippi, considering a long history. This is what the Mississippi NAACP President Derek Johnson pointed out. When asked if he'd be willing to let another interracial couple stay in the RV park, Baker replied, "I'm closing it down. That solves the problem." And it's even more. Wow. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Baker actually said to these people that they could come to his church. They can't live in the RV park. They can come to the church, but they can't be members.
What?
That's the kicker.
Are you serious?
As a heart attack. And so we gonna take this around the room.
So first of all, Mr. Baker rather miss out on monetary.
Oh, he gave them their money back.
Versus letting somebody live in a room. He's just gonna shut it down.
He gave them their money back.
So okay, so he must be a baller. He giving money back if they don't abide by his color restriction, I guess.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I did not hear about this, and I'm so glad I didn't. That is just the most ignorant story to date. With everything going on, that is so ignorant. Hold on, so they can come to the church, they can't be members, and they can't live
at the RV park.
Really? But you can come praise the Lord and tithe.
Yes.
But you cannot.
Can't tithe because you can't be a member. But you can come and drop something in that damn on that plate.
What?
So
I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this microphone because I'm trying to do better by the Lord, and I've been doing much better.
Clearly, Mr. Baker is as well because he invited him to church. Jane, you want to get in here?
Mississippi, so it don't even surprise me.
Well, I think Mr. Baker did them a favor because they don't want to be members of that church and they don't want to live in that RV park because who wants to be around racial people like that? Not me. I wouldn't. I think that's horrible, and I think if I was camping next to them and I heard this, I would leave.
Yeah.
So I think it speaks for itself. You know, there are people you want to be around and people you don't want to be around, and that's just, I mean, this is 2016. Come on, everybody.
If you really think about it, it's the fact that he's, like, if you listen to his quotes, you know, you didn't know, what's the quote? I didn't know that you was with no black man. It's like, wow, like, you know, it's almost like you said, Jane, 2016, you know, this almost like you can read these quotes, you know, we can read these quotes from, you know, 1966 and whatnot.
Exactly.
Big Rube, jump in.
You ain't talk like you're with no black man. Really? That's how, I mean, I didn't know how I got down like that. Like, yeah, see, I would get got in there because they would think something's wrong with me. But
I already think
see, there you go. But no, man, I read that and I laughed. I laughed when I read the last sentence that you read about you can come to my church, but you can't join it and you can't live in my RV park. That's the greatest thing ever. I mean, he's being a air quote Christian by inviting him to the church, but you know but his business is like, nah, dog, because my mother-in-law said that's a bad day, you know. Because I don't know if anybody caught that. One of the reasons is his mother-in-law. Really, his mother-in-law? Come on, man. But yeah, that's Mississippi. So, you know, I mean, wasn't it? Then a movie called Mississippi Burning.
Mississippi Burning.
I mean, it wasn't Mississippi. I struck a match. So you know what it was. Getting down in it.
Big sis, jump in here. You hearing the discussion? What you think about this?
Yeah, I agree. He did do them a favor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I agree. He did do them a favor. I think that they just got a blessing in disguise. To hell with the little racist little sucker. I could say more, but I don't feel like cursing so much.
Shayna.
I think that's crazy. What was his race? Because clearly she wasn't even. I mean, she was what, Native American and Hispanic.
Native American. Now
she looked white.
So,
to look at that.
But I guess to look white, I guess blah blah blah. But let me tell you something. You said you don't like the term African American. I didn't use.
Can't stand it.
Okay, so let me give you a different version of it. All right, so Marcus, this is for you. Marcus, this is for you, okay? African, because your family came from Africa, and you're American because your family owned America before everybody came over here. You are Native American, you're African American.
I got you.
That's how I think about it.
Yeah, I got you.
But, you know.
Here's how I look at that. I personally have issues with most of the labels that we give to people. One, when you say Native American, that's disrespectful because that assumes that America's Vespucci was the first person here on this country, which he wasn't. There were indigenous people that were already here. Most of them were African who came here before Amerigo Vespucci, and you had the Asians that came across the Bering Strait into Alaska who migrated down. And so those are the people that Columbus saw and called Indian because that idiot was going west when he thought he was going east. You know what I mean? And so that's the one piece. As far as African American, I don't care for it because it's patronizing.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? It's like, my grandmother said it best. She was born in 1920. She was like, I was born a Negro. They started calling me colored. When I got old, they was calling me black. Then they started calling me African American, but at the end of the day, all they ever really called me was the N-word. You know what I mean? And so what difference does it make, really? Aint has Steppin with Marcus J. live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We got a couple of participants into the show. I want to get them in and make sure they are properly introduced to the discussion. You hear this brother join us whenever he feel like it, because I ain't know he was coming tonight. But it's all good. He normally is in on the third Monday of the month. He's my big bro. Y'all know him as Big Bro Joe. What up, man?
Marcus J.
What's up, man?
I'm tired as hell and just listening to y'all conversation coming off the road.
Well, we got to do our thing. You tired as hell?
Yeah, I'm tired as hell.
You dog tired, boss.
Yeah, I've been walking the Green Mile all day.
There you go. All right, we got to get that out the way. All right. Of course, you hear our sister join us whenever she has an opportunity to join us. We got our sister who's normally on Tuesday nights with Mr. LP Steven Sykes. Our sister Ashley's up in the room. What's up?
How you guys doing, everybody?
Doing fabulous. You doing all right?
I'm doing really good. I'm glad to be here.
Wonderful. So Joe and Ashley, you both hopefully have been hearing a little bit of this story. If you guys have comments on them, Ashley, you got the mic in your hand. What you got?
Yeah, I did have just one comment about the African American being called that. And I want to share that I actually never had a problem with being called African American until I went to Africa. And both times I went there, I was called everything except for African. And it made me just feel very, very American. So, because they said, you're American. Like, I just wasn't African when I was there. And so, and that was both times. So I went to Morocco first and then to South Africa second. So there are like 64 countries, sometimes it's 65 countries. So maybe if I went to another country, I would get a different experience. But I didn't think so. Just when I was there, I just didn't feel African because they made certain to know that I wasn't African. So when I got back here, it was like, okay, when people call me African American, I felt a little weird because when I went to Africa, I was absolutely not embraced. Like, oh, you're back at the motherland. That just wasn't it.
Right.
It was not it. I was an immigrant, foreigner, all that, Yeah. So when I felt more connected to Caucasian. I really did over here. I felt more.
We've become Americanized, and again, the phrase African American. A lot of people don't know where it came from. I mean, it actually came from black people who were looking to connect with Africa, because they didn't feel comfortable in America, and so.
I just pick a name. Like, honestly, I kind of feel like your grandmother. I've heard that saying before. I kind of feel like her, and I'm nowhere her age, but it's like every generation it's a different name, and I just kind of wish we would just pick a one and let's just stick with it because I don't know.
Well, I think that we need to.
I'm just black,
Joe, I want you to jump in here. I think we all realize that, at the end of the day, at least I shouldn't say we all, I can't speak for anybody else, but my personal opinion is the machine that is America is a machine that is designed to be divisive, because when you have black people and white people of like mind, that's when they are nervous because they realize that when people decide that, we're going to work together, that is something that they're fearful of, because then they can't get what they want. That's what I think.
Agreed.
And the unfortunate reality is when we say they, who the hell is they?
Well, they is a us. They. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. Ladies
All I was
first.
saying is that we're all immigrants. I'm Swedish.
Thank you.
So, am I Swedish American? I mean, is that
Right
what
now
everybody
you
should
are,
say?
according to the
Swedish Amer-
establishment.
I'm Irish, French, and Swedish American. So I'm French American. I'm Irish American.
You mixed.
I'm a mutt.
Well, see, and thank you. Is that not my favorite word? I
Yeah.
tell you that all day
He
long.
uses that word all the
I will
time.
sit there and hear that too. But I'll tell you that every day. I'm a mutt.
Yep.
I have so much stuff mixed up in this. Truly. But I'm also part Jamaican, but I'm also part something else and something else and something else.
Yeah.
And nobody over here is a thoroughbred. Everybody, I don't understand why people have
That's why I don't
got their minds
understand
twisted.
why the politicians, which drives me crazy, they always, when they bring up immigration and how we're going to kick the Mexicans out and build the wall, and I'm like, none of us would be here if whoever
would.
was here before.
You know what's crazy about that, Jane? You know what's crazy about that? Eduardo, Javier Cruz or whatever the hell his name is. He goes
You
by
mean from
Ted.
Canada?
He goes by Ted from Canada. Whose daddy was a Cuban refugee while he was born in Canada, and he's got his issues with his own personal background with regards to immigration, and Donald Trump, who can't seem to find an American wife.
both of his wives were immigrants.
Exactly.
Both.
So it's crazy
One
to me
was
because
Czechoslovakian and one was I don't
know where she's at, especially. And let me just digress for just a moment. Shout out to the sisters for real, because everybody who has an issue with Michelle Obama, it's really more about you being jealous, because she's the dopest first lady I've ever seen in my lifetime, one. And two, if you supporting Donald Trump but you got a problem with Michelle Obama, to shout out my man Taji, who ain't here tonight, kill yourself.
Two times.
I'd like to make a correction.
Two times. Big road.
I like to make a correction.
What's
His
up,
name
bro?
is Donald Trump.
It's actually Drumpf with a D.
Yes,
Drumpf with a D.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't want to make this about him. We talked about him far too much.
Oh,
QB.
we got time to
But
talk
here's
about that,
one thing that I do want to make sure that I add about Donald Trump. Does anybody know how his family made their money? Does anybody know?
No, it was illegal.
real estate.
No,
it was illegal. It wasn't.
Do you know?
No, can you tell us?
His granddaddy, the Drumpf, was a man that came from Germany. He came to America and he ran brothels. He got kicked out of America. He was deported back to Germany. When he went back to Germany, he realized that he had dodged the German draft. And so he fled Germany and came back to the West. But this time he came to Canada and slipped back into America and ended up in New York.
So wait a minute. So
that
you
is
mean
Donald Trump's
is
grandfather's.
He illegal too?
Well, technically it's not, because he was born here. But his granddaddy, Mr. Drumpf,
Somebody ain't bring that up yet.
was
He
a
ran
pimp.
the bunny ranch.
He was basically
He was a pimp.
His
He ran the
granddaddy
bunny
was a
ranch
pimp.
in New York City.
His granddaddy was a pimp. I mean, we just gonna keep it 100, because you know what we don't do on this show? We don't have stuff. And you don't have stuff with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy and Net Radio. Speaking of pimps and brothels, did y'all hear about this mom in Tampa, Florida, who
Seen
gave her baby? I want QB on this one first, because I getting this one from the dailynews.com out of New York. She's from Tampa. She hired a stripper for her 8-year-old
I seen the
son's
picture on Facebook.
birthday party.
He was throwing wands on the booty. I seen that.
He's 8, Jane.
Yeah, she had a stripper
There's
there.
a video shows she's got on pink lingerie.
She's bright enough to take a video.
Our people.
Pink lingerie. Now, let me just be let me just be clear for a minute.
I said our people, meaning I'm just sick of some of our people. Okay,
Let me be clear for a second.
because some of them could be so ignorant.
Ignorant. This is an ignorant. They so ignorant they don't even get the whole syllable.
Right?
Let me just say this real quick. I like pink lingerie, but I'm 42 this year.
You supposed to like it.
I'm not 8, okay?
You supposed to like it.
And I don't think my mama would get me a stripper even now. Mama, if you're listening, text me now, and I won't cuss for the rest of the show, I promise.
What?
But seriously, a Tampa mother, she hired a stripper for her sons. This is according to a video that was posted on March 24th, and it's posted to YouTube. The video shows the stripper in a pink bra and underwear grinding against the boy's face while he spanks her and tosses money. At least 3 other children can be seen on the camera that someone else is filming, which means there not only is children in the room, but there's at least one adult, the one that's shaking her ass,
that approves of it.
the other adult who paid for the one to shake her ass,
Yep.
and probably another person who's filming it. Now, QB, you was talking about our people. I'm going to let you jump in here. I'm not going to say nothing until everybody else in the room has a comment, because I think that y'all need to handle this one. QB.
You see, when I seen it, it just disgusted me so much, because it's people like that in our community that make a lot of us look bad. And you have a lot of hard-working mothers out here with children trying to keep them away from so much things, and then you come across this image of this young boy with this person on him just shaking, and he has money. First of all, he has no job, so your mom booked the stripper and provided you the money to throw on the stripper. So you know why I cannot blame the child, because the children learn from us. I'm going to blame the idiot adult that did this. If anything, at 8 years old, he should have been on a trip with friends, maybe a hotel party, swimming or something. What happened to that? Cartoon character, Spider-Man, Hulk. Why does he have a woman in his lap twerking while he's throwing money on her that he can't even possibly earn? And furthermore, because I'm disgusted. Furthermore, this don't even have a point, but I need to know if the little boy got good grades to have an ass shaking on him anyway. Because if they're dumb, obviously if he dumb, you dumb too, mama, because you the one who planned this.
It better be nothing less than straight A's.
So did you book the stripper because it brung home a scholastic report card? So you say, hey baby, get a little work on. Or did you just, are you a thought in the community that a lot of people make us look bad in our communities when a lot of our children are doing good, and then we have these idiots right here? Are you one of those thought idiot parents that did that because you think it look cute and you think everything on the TV describes reality? I can't.
Big bro.
Hey, you know what? I agree with everything my sister just said except for one thing. They don't make me look bad worth a damn, and they don't make you look bad worth a damn, and they don't make no other of these ladies around here look bad worth a damn. It make her look like a damn fool. Let's not quantify and put everybody into one bucket, because it's not us. At this time, it's a them. It's them. I mean, just to sit there and think about it, I'm laughing myself to death, because I'm like you said, I hope this kid got excellent grades. He could count. I'd have kept them dollars and put them in my pocket or something, put them in my piggy bank. Because he was shaking it too, yeah. She was shaking it? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the video.
I can't even get with that, because that, to me, you want a degree. You know what we say about you do a little something strange for a piece of change? That is where that comes from for me right there. There's no way in the world I would ever have my son around something like that. Well, first of all, once again, I have to go back and say, well, where's the father in this situation? Where the daddy? Ooh, he was holding the camera, huh?
Jump in, Ash.
So I was thinking, I agree with everything that she said, except for that they don't represent me at all. I mean, I represent myself where I go, so I don't agree with that. And the only other slight comment I had to say, like, maybe he does have a job. Maybe that was his allowance, and he worked hard sweeping the leaves, and but raking the leaves, whatever. But I didn't see the video. From what I heard about it, is that the mother looked very young. And so we can blame the mom, but if she's still a child herself, even mentally, then where do we point the blame? What do we do? Because we could go back, point this parent, blame this parent, blame this parent. So at some point, somebody got to jump in. So
Big sis, jump in. What you got?
You know, the first thing I thought of was anybody can have a child. Not everyone can be a parent. And she definitely does not represent a parent. And I can't imagine the parents of the other children, if they knew that a stripper was going to be there, how you would let your child go there. You know, I don't know, you know, y'all say she looks young. I didn't see it. And I don't even want to see it.
Probably
But
best that you don't.
how would you think that that's appropriate for your 8-year-old? No, he doesn't have good grade. That's a kid that runs rampant. He is wild. His mother is wild. The whole damn household. For you to figure that that's some shit that can really go down. And it's a birthday party.
Yeah.
There's no control or any responsibility for anybody in that house, including the so-called person who had the baby. She's no mother. She's no mother.
Big Rube?
You want to know the scariest part about this? Real talk. Everybody think about this for a second. The scariest part about this whole thing is that she recorded this and put it online. Imagine how much other stuff happens that nobody records.
Mr. 3375, jump in here. What you think, Mr. 3375?
I think they need to put them parents under the jail. Like, that's just ludicrous, man. Like, you know, you always say you want to raise your son, you know, to be a man and respect women, but then you do something like this. You know, you can't do both. You know, that's where the fathers come in the kid's life. So evidently, it wasn't no fathers there. You know, that's just me.
Jane, what you think?
Well,
He might have been recording.
Thinking, who was the stripper? I mean, why would she agree?
Yeah, she definitely need to go to jail.
Why would she agree to take
Statutory
this
rape.
gig? I mean, can't you say an 8-year-old? I normally just do adults.
You know what? I love that position because I never even thought about that.
That's how my mind works.
That's true.
But I mean, think about it this way. She knows she ain't got to do nothing else.
Yeah.
And you know what? How can we say she wasn't ratchet? Money talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, look, anybody see Sweetback's Badass Song? There's a movie called Sweetback's Badass Song. If you know the movie, then you know that the first scene in that movie is very similar to what we talking about, Melvin Van Peebles. I won't get into it, but there's some real stuff. Let me just say this before we move on. You know, when I see something like this, it just really, really reinforces the fact that there are really some people in our country that are lost. You know, black people, white people, crazy as hell. And it ain't got nothing to do with color you are. We talked in the first story we talked about was the white dude that didn't want, you know, an interracial couple living on his property, and his position was because they shacking. Well, we married. Well, same thing. And he's a white dude, and that's one kind of crazy. And in this story, you got a black lady who really, in her mind, thinks it's okay to have a freaking stripper at her 8-year-old son's birthday party. Like, how freaking crazy can you be? You know, and anybody that knows me knows that one thing that I don't do on this show is run from discussions of race. I think that there's no way that you can have an honest discussion about anything unless you confront it head on, and race is at the forefront of it, particularly with the way we are now. And I gave those two stories specifically because I wanted to showcase that black folk, we got some work to do.
Yeah.
White folk, y'all crazy as hell. You know what I mean?
Bro,
and it's everybody. This is a scourge of every single community. It's some jacked up gay people. It's Muslims that want to blow up folks. It's obviously, you know, it's people in every single community that's crazy. But then again, there was white folk that marched with King. There's black folk that vote Republican that conservatively are into the issues. there's Muslims who protected Christians from Muslim extremists. So there's good people and bad people in every community. And that is the reason why I specifically laid out those two cases. QB.
But bro, that's what I was saying. I understand some of y'all say, they don't represent me. I understand what you're saying.
No.
However, I don't have any children, but I feel like I'm young, but I'm kind of old school because of the people who raised me. I'll be about to be 35 in June. I feel like we are a village, and just like he said, and like I was saying, that one person spoils the bunch. Like a bad apple spoils the bunch. You got Muslims out here. Some are raised to, and taught to blow up people because they taught that way. But you have other Muslims that's not like that. You have some black people that are really strive to do good. You have some black people just ratchet as hell like her. That's what I was saying. It takes a village. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that one group of people that make a whole group look bad because of stupidity. And that's just what pisses me off. And like he said, you have some white people that may be Republican, but at least, some of them are real sweet. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a racist to be a Republican.
Nope.
It's just certain people that make a group look bad.
Yep. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. One of my favorite people in the room right now is a Republican. Shout out to Big Bro Joe and our sister Ashley. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. Live from the dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna take this mic for a minute.
I'm not gonna go to break on you. Y'all both can respond, but y'all both.
I'm gonna let you go.
But y'all,
you go first?
but y'all both. But I don't think either one of y'all gonna deny it. I know you ain't.
No, I'm not gonna deny it.
And you just said it.
What I'm gonna let me explain my position, and see. It's not, all of it is they red, white, and blue. It don't make no difference. But you have to understand, a long time ago, Big Rube sit there and had this test. And let me quantify why Marcus J is being such a behind right now with his funny, audacious self.
Damn. Just because you got a bow tie don't mean you can be on extra articulate. And I got bean ties
at the final call, too. Some incense in the back. Anyway,
go ahead, brother.
You got to understand where you're coming from. Well, Big Rube, I was in the military. So I follow I have a lot of the similar values and views of Republicans, but my parents grew up Democratic. Let's not get it twisted. I believe in certain things. I believe in a strong military. I believe in being able to fight for our country. And, if that makes me Republican, then so be it. And guess what? I don't give a darn what nobody think. But I also believe that there's some foolishness with all of them. And there's no way in the hell I would vote for Donald Trump at all. Let's be clear on that.
That's all.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take the lesser of two evils and go with Bernie. Yay, Bernie.
Ash, you can respond before we go to break.
Child, listen, I'm just a poor woman trying to start a business. That's it. I'm just a poor woman who trying to start a business. Okay, I can't afford all these taxes. It ain't got nothing to do with Republican or nothing. I'm a certified. Ain't got nothing to do with that. Just when I see them taxes come back from my little bitty beauty business, I'm like, Lord Jesus, help me, because I ain't got it. And so, but when a Republican be in office, it's like, oh, okay, we can make this work. But when a Democrat is in office, it's like, help me, Lord. But that's the only reason. But I'm a certified independent. I voted for Bernie. I voted for Barack twice. And so I guess I'm leaning more towards the Democratic side because I really feel in equality. And if I gotta work hard to share my pennies with somebody just so they can have a better opportunity, then I'm all for it. Because trust me, a lot of people have shared way more than pennies with me.
Right.
So it all comes back full circle. So I don't mind. I guess that would make me a Democrat, but I'm independent all the anyways.
I could dig it, and I'm gonna just wrap this up and tie it in a nice little knot before we go to break. Here's what I'll say to that. And we had a little fun, and Big Bro Joe and I. By way of Big Rube doing that survey back when we was on that radio station that we used to be on. We did a survey and we found out that yours truly, Marcus J., I am a socialist and Big Bro Joe is a right-wing conservative. And so we had some fun. We had some fun with that, and it's true. And we also found that most of the folks in the South are uneducated. Big Rube, grab the mic for a second. Most of the folks in the South are uneducated voters who vote against their interests. Is that
correct?
Okay.
Because they poor, yet they vote Republican.
Exactly. And so basically, let me just close out the segment by saying this. I could not care less what you vote. You know, as long as you go and vote, you know, it really is what it is. But I think we need to be aware that politicians, if you break down the word poly, means many, ticks means bloodsuckers. Many bloodsuckers, okay? And you also need to look at them as
break stuff like
you
this
also
down.
you also need to break it down as wolves and foxes. Wolves are going to be aggressive about coming at you, red. Republican. Foxes are going to try to be slick and try to come at you on some slick stuff. That's going to be your Democrats. If you take blue and you match it with red, you get purple. I could not care less for the purple people. I, like my sister Ashley, am a proud independent. Ain't no how stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We're going to take a break, y'all. When we come back, Shayna, we are getting ready to ask, what is the difference between a psychic and a medium? Our sister Jane is going to jump in here. Our sister Lady Di is going to grab the mic. We're going to open up the phones in the next segment. If you want to speak to our sister Ashley, who is also a medium, you want to talk about any of that stuff, the phone will be open in the next segment, and we can get your information answered, your questions answered. Marcus J. and the entire crew, and I'm going to shout them all out. Big Sis, Big Bro, Big Rube, Shayna, Lady Di, Jane, the QB of RIC, our sister Ashley, Mr. 3375, and me. Be back in a few.
Yo, it's Big Rube, Legacy.